Welcome to the DaChop Team. I'm your host, Seth the Dart Child.
I'm your host, Twins Inc.
Our show is about two guys and any friends that happen to come over with a topic that we want to chop up.
This is our Barbershop style podcast. We discuss it all. If the fellas at the shop will go in on it, we will.
Let's chop it up.
Hey, we're a little bit early today, but that's what happened when you feeling good. So, well, Twins does some, he's building it while we fly it. It is still years in the making, but we build it while you fly it. So while Twins handle some technical responsibilities, I'll go ahead and introduce the topic for today. It is the day after graduation day. And the reason I wanted to touch base on this was because some of y'all may or may not know and or care, but Friday, July 21st, was the last day of child support for yours truly.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me hit some more. Oh, round one. There we go. There we go. All right, go. Continue.
Yours truly, Seth the Dart Child, has graduated from court mandated fatherhood.
Ah, shoot. Say that again. You graduated from what again?
Court mandated fatherhood.
Court date.
No, mandated.
Mandated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I have some feelings. I'll dish that out later. But listen, child support. Child support is like having that teacher in school that you hate.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like that English
fun teacher.
No. It's like that English teacher who you are required to get an A to graduate, and that person hates you.
Oh, that's tough right there.
That's it.
That's tough.
And
that means you got to be on class on time.
Every paycheck.
And you got to participate all the time.
You don't miss no zeros. It got to be complete.
And you got to do the work and get, like I said, get good grades.
And if you don't make it up, they can put you in jail.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen. Full disclaimer before I even go into it is that you do need to take care of your children. Period.
Facts.
This isn't up for debate.
None.
If you are a man, you laid down with that woman, and you both willingly. I'm not talking about one night stands because I don't give a dog about that. But if I was married, I planned on building a life with this woman, and I had kids. At the end of our relationship, those still my kids. You need to take care of your children. But having somebody of a lighter complexion, i.e., the man, come tell you what your responsibilities are, that's the most disrespectful thing. That's the most disrespectful thing ever happened in my life.
Yeah, and let's speak on that for a minute.
Right.
I think the more disrespectful when it comes to that part is this, and this we're speaking for the men who do handle the business. We're not talking for
Pookie and or Ray Ray.
I feel bad for anybody named Ray Ray.
You don't deserve this, but it is what it is.
Right, it's not for you, sir. It's just your name it goes with the Pookie and Ray Ray. But it's the fact that when you're one of these dudes out here who's taking care of business, and you've always taken care of business when it comes to the kids, regardless of the situation may be, the kids never asked for anything, never had without anything. They was always taken care of. And then you and the partner, y'all go through a situation, right? And during that y'all situation, you still handling your business as a man and taking care of your kids. But then for some reason, now you're being told how to take care of the kids.
Yep.
Which I was already doing from Jump Street.
How often you can see him.
Right. Now I have stipulations of when I can see him. And you, in a sense, ladies, you understand this. And gentlemen, you understand this. Because it goes both ways. That person who's being told when they can see their kids and pay a certain amount of money, if they wasn't already a deadbeat person, the court system will make them that person.
Without
even trying. Without even trying.
Because it could break you. it could break you.
And that's what I'm saying. It makes it because now I was already, like most dudes or most people, like I'll use me for example, right? You know, I spend more than thousands of dollars a month on my kid as a whole, and that's food, clothes, toys, games, whatever case be, right?
Yep.
Hands down. I don't even keep count of it. But then let's say if I go through the Liga system and they're saying, okay, Mr. Harrington, that's me, aka Twins, you want to pay, let's say $1,100 a month. It's kind of cool. Like, all right, it's less money in a sense, right? I got to spend now.
That's the really sad part about it. But keep going, because I'll
So in a sense,
circle back.
So in a sense, it's less, but it's not on my time, right? Meaning that it's when it comes out the checks every two, it comes out everybody gets paid. Most people get paid 2 times a month, whatever. So it comes out on those Fridays, right? So forget my other bills and responsibilities that I got to pay for, gas, water, electric, cell phone bills, whatever the case may be. Those things get pushed to the end because that child support is number one.
It's coming off top.
It's coming off top. And mind you, and if it is, like I say, $1,100 a month, it's not $1,100 at one time. It's just half of that check.
Right.
So that let me give you another number. So let's say you bring home, let's say $1,200 per check. You bring home after tax, you bring home $1,200. Well, mind
no. Do yourself right. Let's say you bring home $3,000 a month after taxes.
Okay, so you want to do the month thing?
Yeah, I mean $3,000 a month.
Okay, so but that's what $1,500 a month. I mean every 2 weeks, right? So half of that is what, $700?
No,
$750?
No, but pretty much $500 a paycheck.
Okay.
So now,
making easy math, guys.
Yeah. So now that $1,500 that you work for, that you struggle for, that you put in work for, it's $1,000. You still got to make your rent, light bill. These are not bills. These are not the same bills you had before you got separated or divorced, because you were that money was all going into your house.
Facts.
When I paid the light bill for my kids, it was in the house I was using lights in. When I bought the kids an Xbox or PlayStation game, that's a game I could play. It's not. When I bought them shoes, especially once they get older, like my boys, and all of a sudden, socks don't come in a whole bunch of different sizes.
No,
you and your
besides kids and adults. I mean,
exactly.
There's no in between there.
Exactly. You and your son wear the same socks, and you gonna know it when you go in your sock drawer and you ain't got no socks.
Like,
you just walk.
Look, I know I just wash clothes. Why
you gonna walk your butt right on in their room, pull open the drawer, and grab a pair, because that's what happened when they get to a certain size. Your T-shirts, when you can't find T-shirts, not me, because I'm much bigger than my boys, but if you wear a 1X or 2X shirt,
gone.
You and your son wear a 1X and 2X shirt. When you wear a size 9, 10, 11 sneaker, and your son wear the same size sneaker, yo, you gonna be out some sneakers.
You want to lock them up, like, yo, where's my shoes? You better not wear my shoes, because they'll wear the shoes that you don't want to wear.
I'm gonna tell you an example of my nephew. My nephew pulled this stunt. He took my other nephew shoes, right? And he straight up put them outside the window to his room. He left for school. His dad was like, hey, he's looking, you know how you just feel something squirrely?
Yeah.
So he's standing in the window in the living room when he walk out the door for school, and he see him dip around the back side of the house.
Okay.
So he like, what in the world? And he saw him dip around the side and come back around the side of the house with different shoes on. He was like, them look like my shoes. Bruh, it turns out that his son had been borrowing his shoes for months, bruh. He was like, I was wondering why all the grass stains on my shoes and why I got creases in. You know how folks feel about your Jordan. I had creases. I didn't wear my shoes that much. Every time I get a pair.
And that's the worst part. If you're going to wear somebody's stuff, do your best not to get them dirty. Don't put no creases in them. Don't wear them and dog them out, because that's the reason why we don't want you in the first place, because you're not going to take care of it. But if you take care of it, okay, cool, you can wear my shoes. But like you said, grass stains, creases, nah, bro, that's why you can't wear them. Now we got a problem. But anyway, that's the point. We're getting off topic, but that's the whole point I'm trying to make, is that once again, we went from already taking care of and being told how to take care of,
Mm-hmm.
and now in the sense you let dudes is like, you know what? At this point now, I can only see them every other week now, or once a week, whatever case may be.
Every other weekend for
You get to
6
the
and a
point where
half
like you
years.
throw your hands in there, like, what am I supposed to do at this point now?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's where you have the situation that someone has become that deadbeat parent by accident, not by default, by accident.
Yeah, listen. Some of these deadbeat dads. Listen, I'm gonna put my own self on the chopping block. I mean,
No pun intended.
For myself, I've bought the Shoe Depot was my friend for years. I hadn't had a pair of Nikes. I hadn't had a pair of I don't even know what the name brand shoes were, because you can buy Fila and Reebok at the Shoe Depot.
Okay.
Let's be real with that. Honestly, even now while I speak, it wasn't until recently that I've ever had a pair of shoes as an adult who makes a lot of money. I had never bought a pair of shoes that cost more than $70.
Now, is this prior to marriage?
No,
or during
no,
marriage?
during marriage.
Okay, during marriage. Okay.
You know, I didn't. You can't. I'm not gonna say you can't. I could have, but I'm not. I'm more responsible than that. My kids have had KDs and LeBrons and Jordans and Jumpmans, Nike, all this, and at the same time they wearing that. I'm like, yo, I'm straight. I can go get me a pair of Filas from Shoe Depot, and I'm straight, right?
Right.
So that's the sacrifice you make as a dad. That deadbeat part. Had I chosen to spend $200 on a pair of sneakers, that would have been money coming straight out of my. See, I chose to do the best I could. Once my money got right, you know, I'm already divorced. My money got right, and all of a sudden, I can afford to do better for myself without damaging their whatever, right? And I could have made the moms, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about what I had to do. I didn't have to become a deadbeat because I got lucky. I worked hard. I put in work, a whole lot
of work.
And there was a lot of things that could have kicked me off my pedestal.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a man. We talked about this. It's so damn hard to be a man. But you know what? Put your head down, move forward, and handle whatever comes your way. And there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
And this is your light.
And back to the day after graduation, I don't even know what to do with it because nothing's really changed. It's like
The main change I say is the relief. When I listen to what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm listening to
the
this.
relief that he has right now is that
I do feel great.
it's not the fact that he's no longer responsible of paying for his kids. That's not what we're talking about. It's the release of the stress of having to take care of his kids, meaning that he survived a lot of things that some men don't even get a chance to make it through. Meaning that he didn't lose his job during that time frame. He never got put behind. I'm sorry. He never got in the rears during this time frame, right? A lot of men who was on child support can't really say that because life happens that's out of their control, but that doesn't. The court system don't care about that. What they care about is by each week or pay. If X amount does not happening, that's putting you in rears. That's putting you in rears, right? So what I'm saying, the relief is that one, he completed his financial obligation to the court legal system. That's what I'm saying. He completed his legal. You know, it's like paying off a car. You know what I'm saying? When you pay your car, I'll be like, whew, I don't know what I'm doing now with this money. And man,
that's how it feels.
And that's how it feels. It's like okay, all right, the car's running good, so the car ain't gonna break down. So I don't gotta buy a new car yet.
Nope.
So now I can really now stack this money up. Hopefully you stack the money up, but I could buy this now. I can do this. I can do that now. With, you know what I'm saying? And that's the feeling right there. And finally getting the end of the tunnel because.
No, listen, and that's it. That's it. You paid off your car note. You have a car. It's working good, and you don't owe any money on it. Well, as far as I know, my kid's working good. It's paid off, and as far as I know, it ain't nothing gonna on the pipeline. You know. My son got to go to college. I'm not going to throw all this. He getting ready to go to school. But at this point, it's voluntary. It's what I want to do. People, that graduation day, having that, ladies, the work, once again, I want to say this, disrespect. Child support, if you can work it out with your baby father, do it, because it's better for you in the long run. When you put him on child support, when you make him pay child support like that, and you don't really care what happens to him, on that expiration date, on that graduation date, I know some dudes just that's it. Don't call me no more. Lose my number. And I've heard people do this to the kids too. Right? I'm not offering that up for my son, but I've heard it. Me and my ex-wife could have worked out child support across the dining room table. We could have. I'm that guy. But we didn't. So I had the man telling me what I had to pay. I paid it religiously. And I took the L's that came with it. It took years before I could take trips. It took years before I could do this. It took years. It's hard to get your money up when you just taking a guap and dropping it off on somebody else and then walking away from it. But now, guess what I got on graduation day?
Get everything back.
On my next paycheck. On my next paycheck, my first free paycheck. I'm not just gonna get to keep my child support because it is what it is. It's like I'm not just getting a raise, dude. I'm getting a significant increase.
You're getting a raise in the middle of the year. You know what I'm saying?
A significant.
A nice little raise. And now going forward, it's like, wow.
And so stacking cheese should be possible.
When you do your taxes, you're going to see a huge jump.
No, you're not.
Oh, yeah, actually, no, because it's still the same thing.
Because they take child support off rip.
Yeah.
So from a
taxes.
Yeah, taxes. But you know where I am going to see a big jump? In my 401k, in my stock accounts, in my retirement funds, in my trip and travel funds. Because personally, you might not have needed everything you were taking for child support. Just because you think you want it ain't got nothing to do that you needed it. And now that you got way more than you needed because the man said it, it's probably worse when it's taken. You know? Sorry, but I'm not going to go there today because it's the day after graduation. I suffered through graduation. I had to deal with that teacher. I got an A in the class. I graduated and walked across the stage.
Did you did you dance across the stage like most people?
I did not dance across the stage
because you would make sure they didn't want to take it back.
I don't need no smoke.
You want no smoke?
I don't need that. I ain't need that teacher talking about.
I'm trying to bow down peacefully, and I don't want no problem.
If that teacher never see me again, I'm okay.
Got you.
So, but it's the day after graduation.
Right.
The party's over. All my friends have gone their separate ways, and I wake up, and now what do? That's the day after. I haven't even got my first paycheck, so I don't know. I don't even know what it feels like to have extra money in my pocket because I don't. I just know that.
Oh, that's saying like so. You know what that means? That means the next show we're gonna do is gonna be the first pay, part 3. We gotta
we're gonna do a part 3.
We gotta do part 3. What's the first pay? What you do, how you feel when you check your account, how many times you checked it. Like
exactly when you went to make that transfer and then you realized I don't have to.
Like hold up. Matter of fact, remove person.
Yeah, you be like you set it up that what's that called? Zelle?
Yeah.
You unzelle that, delete the phone number. Be like, nope, Now I don't even want to do an accidental transfer. I'm not gonna do. I don't want to do one for nostalgia's sake or old time's sake.
Nope.
It's So I'll figure out what comes next. I know I have ideas and fantasies, but my mama taught me a long time ago, don't spend money you ain't got.
That's true.
So I'm not telling you what I'm gonna do. I'm telling you what I'm planning on doing.
But now one thing you can do is you can really put an emphasis on your future now. Meaning like when I say your future, I'm referring to when I say his future now is that he can figure his retirements, right?
Yep.
He can now really do business ventures now. He can invest in certain things that he couldn't do before because now he has the risk and do that versus before he couldn't because I got his obligations. Now with his obligations, now he Seth the Dark Child can do other things with himself, for the community, whatever he so be.
And I don't want to even add it like it's such a negative thing, but the truth of the matter is, when you are paying child support, it really handcuffs you, especially when you're paying.
I mean,
significant.
But the thing is, but it is negative.
Well,
and
I mean,
once again, this is only negative for the dudes who's already doing it.
Well,
prior to that, we ain't talking about the dudes who ain't doing. We ain't talking about the dudes who wasn't paying nothing or giving $50 every 3 months.
We ain't talking
about them dudes.
We ain't talking about people who just paying $250 a month child support. That's negligible.
We ain't talking about them guys.
That's a pair of sneakers.
We talking about the people who was taking care of it prior to
and that
being told to take care of them.
And that, bruh, it handicaps.
That's the difference. That's the difference.
So, there'll be some things I got percolating. Once again, real investment, not just kind of investing. But the bad part is, and I just realized this a little while ago, is that, I'm older now. Seth the Dark Child is 49 years old. I was talking to one of my best friends the other day. He was like, if I hit the lottery now, I'm not doing the same thing I was going to do at 20. I'm not doing the same thing at 30. I'm not even doing the same thing at 40. Right now, I'm just trying to run out the clock and live comfortably. And I was like, dang, that's absolutely true.
Right. You see that?
You
see, let's know where we at.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely true. I'm not, if I would have finished paying off child support at 43 years old, 44 years old, right? I would have been like, okay, yeah, so I'm going to open up this business. I'm going to do this. But at 50, which is basically where I'm at, right? At 50, I'm just trying to cushion myself, put the money away, make sure my 401k is padded so that when I hang up my working boots, hopefully I can do that at 60. And from 60 to death, I can do what I want to do.
And another thing, let's throw that in there. As not all, but most logical men would think this. We men come to realization that we know that we're not going to live for another 50 years.
Nah. Nope.
So the fact that I made it 50, or Seth the Dark Child made it to 50, and he's now out of the stressful financial obligations due to the legal system.
It should be an easy ride.
Now, like you said, no, I'm not trying to start a whole new business adventure. I want to lessen the load, so when I do get to retirement, I can do what I want to do. I don't want to be the person that got to stand in Walmart and be like, "Hey, check your receipt." None of that.
God, please don't make me do that.
No. So now it's like, okay, at this point now, what I need to do so I can live my last 30 plus years. Stress-free, health-free, and live my best life.
Yep.
Because we all know. I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen, just look at your own family. How many people live to 100?
Live to 80.
Just what I'm saying. Just look internally in your family. How many people, like, fellas, we know this. How many dads and granddads live up to 100? So we know what it is.
Yeah.
So we're not going to sit and act like, oh, I'm going to be around for 120. No, I'm not.
Hey, my father kicked the bucket at 55.
My dad kicked it at 45. So
I'm not sitting around here thinking, oh, you got years. No. My granddad made it to 78, 79, but my dad 55 and he was done.
But think about this. The granddaddy made it to 70. How long you said? How old? 70 what?
70. Let's say 77, 78, 79, okay. Somewhere there.
But was it a healthy? Was it fun or was it a burden at 70?
You know what I'm saying? My grandparents' life was different than ours. My granddad raised 8 kids in a 2-bedroom house. Mm-hmm. I don't have with 1 bathroom. I can't imagine how that works. So, but he was happy and he was a good dude. My dad had 9 kids that we know about, and
that we know about.
My dad was a Rolling Stone, so it's just different strokes.
I get that. So where I was getting at, like, at the age of 78, whatever, was he in nursing home? You know what I'm saying? No, he lived. Could he still walk and take care of himself?
My granddaddy did. My granddaddy was a landscaper for a college in Atlanta.
Okay. So he was a hard worker. His bones were strong. So he was.
He worked. My granddad never retired. He worked till he died.
But then again, that's the difference between our forefathers, right? Versus our other men now, because they worked out in the field. Manual labor, skills pay the bills. So
and grandma
the
cooking.
muscles and stuff is, you know what I mean?
Yeah. My granddad died. He worked till he died. So my dad, I think child support. Listen to that. I think dodging 9 kids on child support, that's stress for most of his life. My dad didn't make it to 55.
And you're what now?
49.
And you went through
that,
child
but I went through it with 2 kids, not
9.
8 or 9. I don't even know.
He avoided it because he was dodging it. So let that marinate for a little bit. You got to pay.
So listen. We'll wrap it up. But listen, here's the thing. I made it, fellas. Anybody out there who need to hear it, I made it.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
And the lead up to it, the last 6 months, bro, I started getting antsy like I was going to a baccalaureate or a bar mitzvah, for Christ's sake, bro. I thought I was rolling towards something special.
I mean, you couldn't wait for it to be done. Like
when I pushed the button and transferred that last payment, I sat back and looked at the computer screen for a moment. You know,
this is it.
Yeah, this is it. I said it. This is it. I'm done.
And listen, it's like that last payment to the car note. Like, oh, that's it.
I'm done.
And
I walked away.
And you would think you'll get.
There was no angels.
No, not angels, but like a celebration and firecrackers go off. Like, congratulations, you paid off your last car note. You car. No, it's just like, okay, that's it.
That's it.
I mean, it's like the relief off, but that's really it, though.
Yep. And now we'll keep you updated, because once again, now that it's over, brothers, I swear to God, I promise by everything that we hold dear, when I pushed that button, it really felt like somebody took their hands off my shoulders, like I was just being held down, and all of a sudden I was free. It feels, it's like, if you've never done it, you don't know, but it feels like being off of probation. If you're on probation, when you go see your parole officer for that last time, not that I've done it, except for maybe. Anyway.
I'll just say this. Because some people can relate to that. I know hopefully large number of guys who play football. When after a long hour and a half practice in the hot sun, you take those shoulder pads off. That's the release. It feels like, oh, finally. You take the helmet off. Actually, you throw it off. You throw the helmet off. You throw the shoulder pads off. You drop them good 5 pounds right there. And you're like, whew, I'm glad that's over. And that's the feeling right there.
That's the feeling. And it's kind of sad, but you feel sad because it's a responsibility and you handle. But the worst part about it, and I want to end it on this because we could go into a whole nother topic. The worst part about it is, if I hadn't gotten divorced, if I hadn't had the man telling me to pay child support, I would still be capable and in a position to dish out pretty much the exact same amount of money going forward, because your kids are not grown at 18 years old. They're not grown. I'm still a father, but it was a choice for you to get child support, and it's a choice for you to have somebody tell me how to spend my money. But they put an expiration date on that stuff. So while I feel good about it, I can look you in your face and just say no going forward. And I might, because I'm a grown man. You didn't say no to taking the money. I can say no to helping you in the future, right? It's not in your best interest, ladies, to make men get on child support, because fatherhood doesn't stop at 18. It keeps going well into their lifetime.
Message.
Just don't. So anyway, men, it's a light at the end of the tunnel. Ladies, why would y'all let a man get an expiration date on fatherhood? I have no idea. That is the most asinine thing in the universe.
Message.
But either way, it's the day after graduation.
Turn up.
I feel great. It feels oddly good. I mean, like, oddly good. It's like fine it, but I'll let you know how good it get after it really settled in. A couple of paychecks under my belt.
Yeah.
And no repercussions or restrictions on how I spend my money, I'll let y'all know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in today to the DaChop Team. It's your boy Twin Zinc with
Seth the Happy Child.
I like that one. Tune in Sundays, 3 p.m. ish, live recordings. I know today was an early one, but we got things going on. Also on Monday mornings, 7 a.m. on time. We have our recordings on your major podcast listening platform that you use: Spotify, iHeart, Apple, all those above. Click on it, search the DaChop Team, and we'll give you the morning laughter or whatever you need. Peace. We out.
Peace.